Well, hi, I'm John Hart, and welcome back to Mr. America Hart. Today, I'm sharing with you some of the worst possible exercises you can do as you advance in your bodybuilding career. And I say bodybuilding career, I want you to know, I'm not talking about just competitive bodybuilders. I'm talking about a lot of you guys and girls out there who are training for the long haul, the ones who are going past the point of, oh, just I want to look good this summer. You guys, the ones who are thinking more in line with how am I going to look 10 years from now, 20 years from now? How am I going to be training? Okay? This becomes really important because you have to make your exercise selections a little bit more mindfully. The stronger you get, the bigger you get, over the years, you see things change, life happens. And so I'm going to get right to it now. So here we go. Isolation exercises in particular, such as the leg extension. Okay? The leg extension. The leg extension is, in and of itself, a okay exercise to isolate the quadriceps muscles. It's an exercise that if you do get stronger over time, which is the goal with progressive resistance exercise, you're going to find that that weight is going to get pretty heavy. And with that weight getting pretty heavy, you're going to also find that it's just plain hard on the knees. And so for that reason alone, I'm out with the leg extension over time. Okay, so what should we do? We should be thinking more in terms of doing compound lifts, such as the leg press or doing a squatting motion, preferably squats. If you've seen any of my videos, then a lot of y'all know that squats are by far one of my favorite lifts in all of its variations. So squatting. Besides that, another thigh exercise, a quadricep exercise, sissy squats. Doing, especially with resistance, weighted sissy squats with either a plate held across the chest or doing them with a cable set up, however way you want to try doing those. Unfortunately, when you lever those knees, as in a leg extension, you're talking about putting all of the focal point on the kneecaps, and a lot of the stress goes there. Over time, it's going to be a problem. Our bodies weren't necessarily meant to operate in just an isolated fashion where you're doing just one single joint movements. In almost everything we do in our lives, it involves using compound movements, and therefore compound movements are safer, better, overall for longevity, have less wear and tear on the joints. So for these reasons, I'm out with the sissy squat. So I'm done with the leg extension, done with the sissy squat. What else can we come up with? Okay, we're also talking about going and thinking, well, if I'm going to go and train, let's say, shoulders, the simple dumbbell lateral raises, believe it or not, standing lateral raises or seated, either way, you're limited in the amount of weight you can use. This little muscle up in your shoulder, and I say little relative to the length of the lever of your arm. When you throw your arm out to your side with a weight at the end of it, that lever is very long. And that lever is limited in how much weight you can handle over time. If you're micro-loading, as I've suggested in some of my other videos, and I'll put a link down below for some fractional plates that you can find that you can attach to some of your dumbbells. If you're micro-loading, then of course, it's a little bit better, but jumping from even a 20-pound dumbbell to a 25-pound dumbbell, you've made a 25% jump in the amount of weight you're doing in dumbbell lateral raises, and therefore, it's major league. It's hard on the joint, the shoulder joint. So, for those reasons, I would focus more on doing shoulder presses, a little bit more of a compound movement. Over time, again, you're going to find there's going to be a problem with injury, small injuries upside the shoulder joint, the neck. It's going to be little injuries. What else? The fly motion for the chest. Even in a machine, doesn't matter if we're talking about a machine, we're talking about dumbbells. When we're talking about the fly motion for the chest, that motion in and of itself is going to isolate the pectoral muscles. It's also going to be hard on where the pec attaches to the shoulder and the bicep attachment as well, the upper part of the bicep. And because of that, you're much better off doing compound movements, presses, dumbbell presses, incline barbell presses of all types, machine presses even. over the long haul would be even better than going and defaulting on doing a fly, a pec deck, a fly machine, any one of those. And you see I'm flashing them across the screen for you to see, so you know exactly what I mean. Every one of them, if you are practicing progressive resistance, getting stronger, doing more repetitions with more weight over time, you are going to run into problems down the line, potentially. Now, if you're not doing progressive resistance, well, there's no arguing it. You're fine. If you're not interested in increasing the weights that you're using, you're fine. No problem. Keep using those exercises. So that's it. That's my take on the worst exercises that you can use. I just named 4 of them actually. So for the purpose of this video, these are examples of what I mean, isolation exercises. So that's it for today. Ooh, before I leave, I forgot to mention. In my recent videos, I pointed out that I have a few of these books in my collection that I've had over the years. I have Heavy Duty 2 from Mike Mentzer. I have the original Heavy Duty 1 from Mike Mentzer. I have a little bit of a stockpile of these. It ends up, I knew I had a box somewhere, and over the years, these are original print edition Mike Mentzer books. And I've mentioned before in one of my other videos that you guys can check online. You'll see the kind of money these things are going for. Quite expensive. You know, you look on Amazon, it's pretty much the only place. eBay, you might find it. But these are the places that you'll find these books, and they're very expensive. I'm going to beat all of those prices because I want to offload these and because I'm cleaning house. If you all know, well, some of you already know, that we made a big move recently across the country, and because of that, I wasn't even aware of what I had in storage until I pulled out storage, and now I'm unpacking still, almost a year later, and we're finding these great things. So a bunch of collector's items that I'm putting up for sale. So feel free, I'll put my email address down below. You can go ahead and contact us directly, and someone will get back to you with rates as well as any details you need to know. So again, these are pristine books. They're kept in excellent shape. They've never been read, actually. The binders have never been bent. So take a look at them or consider them for yourself, okay? That's it for today. From my heart to you, John Hart. Hey, before you go, off to my left, you're going to see a little disc pop up right there. That's the subscribe button for my channel. Please give that thing a tap, won't you? And then down below, you're going to see a thumbs up. If you're liking the videos that I'm doing, please give that thing a tap. I love it. YouTube loves it. And hey, I'm happy to have you aboard as a subscriber. I'll see you soon.